Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. Today's video is a bit of a rough one. I guess the anniversary date of this was like a week or so ago. So going back to June 10th or 14th, 98. I'm now living at my mum's. My brother-in-law Terry, he's living at a mate's joint in Werribee. Both got kicked out, I guess, because now my sister's a Christian, and doing her thing. And we're really ultimately running amok. Me and Terry both really doing our separate things, like I'm guessing he just continued on doing what he was doing. I started selling smack in Dandy on Thomas Street. There was a McDonald's there and a Penny's there as well. Used to sell it there a bit. Also got in a lot of fraud. I had a couple of names under Centrelink, got pinched for that. So me and Terry will catch up here and there. So we organised, we're going to meet up. I come to Werribee. I was getting paid the next day. I think I brought a box of Sarah packs or something with me. We went halves in that box, smoking cones that night, planning what we're going to do the next day. And that's it, blacked out, I don't remember. Only bits and pieces here and there, so I'll just share those bits and pieces, right? The next morning, I've gone to the teller machine, pulled cash out. I don't know what happened all day. I don't know what we've done. We're in this bloke Simon's car. He had this hotted up HQ. He just lived up the street from my sister's joint. I'm guessing he come with us. And then at night, we're in Deer Park. Now it's night time. And I'm sitting in the middle of the back seat of this car. Terry's in the driver's seat. Simon's in the passenger. We've just smelled up the drugs. We've all had a shot. Me and Terry, we had the most of it, And Terry started power chucking as soon as he's had his hit. He's just started power chucking in the car, And I'm in the back laughing my head off. And the gears kicked in, and that's it. I blacked out. And then we're in Footscray at the hospital. When I got dragged out of the car, I'm in the wheelchair, and I've just opened one of my eyes slightly like that. I'm out of it like that, and one of my eyes has just opened up. And I could see Terry in front of me, slumped over, arms dangling over the wheelchair, head gone to the side. And they're rushing us both in the hospital, And from what I was told, basically, for one, the ambulance would have got there quicker. I don't know why he drove us there. Well, I think I do know why, because when I woke up in hospital, my wallet money was gone. I know that much. Couldn't find my wallet anywhere. That's funny how that worked. But I didn't jerry that happen. It took a few years. The penny just dropped one day. I'm like, hang on, what happened to my wallet? Where's my money? Well, it's the sort of crumbs in that game, I guess. But we'll have to live with that. Anyway, they gave me 3 shots of Narcan. Back then, they used to do it IV. And they had a certain limit that they would give people. They gave me extra, I guess, because I was young and because of what happened that night. And I've just sat, when they give me that 3rd shot, I've just sat straight up in bed, and the first words that come out of my mouth, I'm like, where's Terry, where's Terry? And they're like, calm down, calm down. I'm like, no, F that, I want to see Terry now. Take me to him, I'm yelling at him. And they're still trying to calm me down. I've just, pushed myself out of bed, and I just fell on the ground like a puddle, My legs weren't working, And they chucked me in a wheelchair, wheeled me around the next room, and there's Terry laying down the bed, tube in his throat. He's gone black. He was black as, he was far gone, And, they were shattering, obviously. Even though we're addicts, he was, my best friend at the time, my brother. So I went back into the hospital room that I was in, ransacked the joint. I'm pretty sure I was looking instinctively for my wallet and stuff. But I only remembered looking for meds and pills and stuff. I was a freaking junkie, And after that, put on my clothes, gone outside. My sister was a mess, you know. I remember her giving me a hug, crying. Terry's parents, my mum, my stepdad, and even my dad was there. He didn't say anything to me, but you know, I was surprised to see him there. I grabbed $20 off my mum, went across the road to Footscray pub there, bought 4 schooners and smashed them one after the other. Jumped in the car, went back to my mum's. And yeah, I was back into it, you know. It's, I guess a part of the thing of me not talking was my ability just to switch off, you know. Well, at least I thought I had the ability of switching off, but I guess really what I was doing was just burying stuff deep down, you know. And yeah, I was off using straight away, you know, back to dealing, you know. Back then, they didn't really do, it wasn't really like 1.7s and stuff. It was more like in grams and stuff, you know, so I'd get a couple grams or whatever. You know, I'd sell, you know, 10, 15, keep 5 for myself each day, you know. It wasn't like a big move or anything, just do it so I use for free, you know, like, and, you know, back then, 5 points a year a day is like friggin', you know, probably like, you know, I don't know, 10 times more than it is these days anyway, you know, like, you know, except with this new fentanyl stuff, you know, that's strong, but it's not, you know, well, it's not heroin, you know, like it was. So, yeah, then got into a lot of fraud and stuff too, you know, which I'll get into next, but yeah, that, I was on my own after that, really. I didn't really trust anyone, you know, and yeah, that's what it is, alright, so, it's a bit of a downer, I guess this one. I feel down, I feel like crap. I haven't really wanted to talk about this, but it is what it is, you know. Yeah, I don't know if this is a sign or what, but I just pressed play on my system there. It's on YouTube, and it pauses itself after 2 hours. So I started playing Metallica, which is actually not on my playlist. I've got, you know, like Rage Against the Machine, Offspring, you know, Nirvana, you know, Tupac, Snoop, you know, a lot of stuff from the 90's, you know. But the tough thing is I remember we just had the box of Sarah packs, right? And Terry's put on Nirvana, and that's when he really starts opening up. Sorry, he puts on Metallica, and he starts opening up about how he's feeling. You can't live without my sister, all this stuff, you know. And yeah, it's a real shame. It's a real shame, man, because I've seen so many people die. You know, I come up with this saying that it become that frequent. If they're white, they're alright. If they're turning blue, there's something you got to do. If they're black, they're hard to bring back, you know. And just because someone's an addict, it don't make them like a piece of garbage, you know. Like, for example, Terry, he was a top bloke, man. Top Aussie bloke. Good looking, intelligent. He just had a lot of trauma, a lot of stuff that he couldn't deal with. And I guess, you know, drugs was a solution, you know. They actually used to call him Popeye, you know, because the size of his forearms, you know. When he was healthy, he was a machine, you know. And I just remember that with so many guys that I knew, you know, from then, you know, in the 90's, they were dropping like flies. It seemed to be a common theme, is they were just broken, hurting human beings. That needed something, you know, needed something else. So anyway, I'm sorry it's a bit of a downer, but this is my story, you know, what can I say? Anyway, peace.